Hey guys, Tammy here. I am back with a tutorial video, and this is for ASC Design Team. That's ASC Craft Supplies on Etsy, and I am kind of looking for a Father's Day card to make, and I kind of am rolling back the time. I found this, it's called a Teepee card, and I thought it was really super cool, so I made this one, and I've cut out all the parts for the other one, and I'm going to show you how to make it. But it's always this time of year kind of hard to find something to make for a dad, but I did find this card, and I thought, man, this is so pretty. So anyway, I am going to use, and I don't even think I don't have the cover, but it's Stamperia, and it is the, oh, what was this one called? Let me see if I can find. I can't find the cover of it. I cut the cover up. So anyway, but it's a Stamperia paper collection. Super, super pretty. I've been wanting to use it. It's got all of these. Oh, here it is. Let's see. It's called Cosmos. So it's the Stamperia Cosmos paper. Absolutely love it, and I thought it would be perfect for a Father's Day card. I did get this in a previous ASC Design Team haul, so not sure how long ago it was, but it is. You can find all of Stamperia's papers on ASC Craft Supplies. They've even got the latest ones out, and I know they're going to be getting some more in. So anyway, I just wanted to stop by and show you guys how to make this really cute little card. It's simple and easy to make. So it closes with Velcro, and then it lays flat. So you may have to make the envelope, depending on how far off the edge you go, you have to make the envelope a little bit wider than the actual card, but I did try to keep everything as close to the side as I could. So I'm not going to touch this because I've got some Nuvo drops on here drying, but I just wanted to hop on and show you guys how to make that really quick. So I've already pre-cut all of the pieces that I'm using. The only thing I haven't cut out for the other Father's Day card is the image that I'm going to use on the front. And I think I'm going to use this wolf image right here. I'm going to fussy cut it for the front of the card. So I think that'll be perfect for the front. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out really quick. I totally forgot to do this, so anyway. I love this paper pack collection. It just has some really, really beautiful images on it. And what better way to make a masculine card than with these kind of images? Alright, so that's the image I'm going to use on the front. I'm going to go ahead and throw this trash away, and then I'm going to show you how to put the card together. So I have cut out all the pieces, and I went ahead and cut out of the cardstock that I'm using. I'll show you what that is. I'm using the Park Lane Neutral Metallics, and I used the green metallic sheet for the card base and for this, and then for the rose gold I'm using who is this by? Recollections rose gold foil paper, and it has craft on the back. So that's what I'm using. I went ahead and cut out a 1-inch strip out of the paper collection, out of the leftovers that I had, punched 2 little circles for the back and the front out of the green and the rose gold, made a little rosette, and that's going to go on the front of the card. I punched out with these Acorn by Imagination paper punch, and I punched out some brown little acorn looking thingies. That's going to go on the front. Alright, and then I used the stamp collection from Waffle Flowers, and this is the Be Him Sentiments for Father's Day. I don't have a lot of Father's Day stamps, so I got this one. And for the other card, I used the Happy Father's Day. On this one, it says You'll Always Be My Daddy, and that's the one that I used on this. So I am going to, I think, let's see if I can go ahead and, I'm just using scraps to kind of mat the little saying. I didn't do that ahead of time. I apologize. So that I'm just going to cut off this excess. It's not a very big card, so you kind of have to be careful with what you're using and the space on it. So let's see, I can use this one. So I'm just going to glue that down. And I don't know if anybody else is having problems with their art glitter glue, but mine keeps bubbling up, and I think it's got air in it, which it didn't do that all winter, so it could just be the temperature changes. We've had a lot of those lately. So just gonna do that. I'm gonna mount that on the front. That, and then I'm just gonna trim it with my scissors. Just like that. So we've got our thing. So we've got everything we need, and I am going to grab a paper towel so I can wipe off my bottle and hopefully get the needle there in time. It's got some air bubbles in it, I think. So anyway, so that's everything. So I cut this out with a banner die that I have in my stash. That's going to go on the front. Like I said, I have my image, my rosette, and this is probably going to go like this on the front of the rosette, just like I did on the other card. Here. So pretty much this, and it's pretty simple because you don't want it too bulky, but and then you do also need, I cut out some of these little Velcro strips, and that's going to be used to close it. I can't find my little circles, which are thinner. So you're going to need 3 5x5 if that's the size you want to make. You can always make it smaller or bigger depending on how big or little you want the card. So you're going to need 3 base cardstock 5x5. Okay, then I've got 2 of the rose gold for the base mat layer, and that is 4 by 5/8 by 4 5/8, and we're going to cut these point to point to make triangles. I'll show you that. And then on top of that layer there's going to be 4 top mats, which are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch squares cut diagonally to make triangles. And then for the legs we have this piece, which is you just need 1, and it's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 cut point to point. And then this one is 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 cut point to point. Now I did find when I was done, and I'll show you really quickly, that so on this piece, when you fold over the other piece on top of this, it has this little, this is the other leg, and so I went ahead and just cut out of my scrap material. It's not going to be the 1 3/8 because it's bigger, so I just cut out something that would fit right there, and you can just kind of eyeball it for your own. But because when you do, I don't want to touch the front, when you do close it, you have this little leg in the back, and I wanted that to be covered like these were. So anyway, so I'm going to let that continue drying. And then just your Nuvo drops and anything else you want to use. So first off, we're going to make the card base. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take these squares and we're going to, from point to point, we're going to score these right down the middle. Okay, just like that. And I have my scoreboard marked so I can find the center really easily. Just like that. Okay. And that one. Alright. That's all you're going to need the scoreboard for. And then we're going to fold these over. Let's see, I think this is the actual... we're going to score that, and then we're going to burnish it, and we're going to do that on all the score lines. And you just want to make sure that when you do that the corners are meeting and that you have a really even triangle. Now, I did look up this card, and I've seen a lot of videos on how to make these, so this isn't anything new, and I don't really know who to give credit to, but if you search Teepee cards, you can find a lot. So on this one, in order to glue it, we're going to just kind of mark that, and then I am going to glue this way, just like that. Okay, like that. We're going to take this, we're going to line that back up with our little mark, and just make sure that we get all the way to the crease. Not inside the crease, because you don't, you want to be able to still fold the card. So I just use my little brayer, make sure I got a good adhesion with the glue. Alright, so there's one side, and now we're going to do the other side. So again, I'm just going to put this on here, like that, mark it with a pencil, and then I'm going to glue from that point on. Okay, just like that. We're going to lay this back down. Just like that. I'm going to get that extra glue off. Like I said, my bottle's leaking. Alright. And then we have our Teepee card. Okay, so there is how, that is the base of your card. And I think what I decided on this one was I'm going to put my sentiment on the inside. So I cut a square of white, just white paper, and I did the 4 and 5/8 by 4 and 5/8, and I'm just going to put that on the inside right now. I didn't score it and then put it down because I don't want to affect the ability of the card to close and open. So anyway, so you can just put it like that. I know some people put the white mat on the outside, and you can put your sentiment on the outside, but I just decided to do it this way. Makes it more personable if the note, and more like a card if the note is on the inside, I guess. But feel free to do whatever you want. Okay, so just lining that up. And then if you have, like, you know, multiple people that want to just put their signature or their name on there, you can. So that's the inside of the card, just like that. And I think I'm going to do, yep, so that's going to be the back of my card, like that. Make sure that got good and adhered at the top. Alright, so there's the card. And then I'm putting my actual, why is that? Yep, okay, so just like that. And then that's going to be the back of my card. So when I decorate it, I'm just going to open it like this. And I'm going to put my pieces down. So right now I'm going to do the gold, the rose gold. And all I did with that, I just took my my trimmer, I put it point to point on the line where I would normally trim, hold it down, and then just make my triangles that way. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of the squares this way, and then I'll be right back. So this is really is, once you have everything cut out, it's a really easy card to make. So, oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm going to have to open my bottle. Or not. Get the air bubble out. Okay. Hopefully that works. I'm just going to glue each of these 4 triangles into place. And this is going to be the bottom mat. And you just want to kind of line it up as best as you can. And again, I use my bone folder because I don't want to, you know, scrape the foil paper. So, okay. Making sure I get the tips. And once you have all pieces cut out, it's actually pretty simple to make, so. Okay. And then I'm just going to put these little pieces on the leg, the front and the back, on the little corners here. And here. Okay, and then once you have your base mats on, it really helps to make the card sturdy. And so there is your base of your teepee. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and glue on all the top layer mat, and then I'll come back and we'll put the card together. Got all the layer pieces down. And what I wanted to show you was on the other card, I didn't put this piece on because I kind of wanted all of my paper going in the same direction. But so instead of having to cut out this triangle and put it on here on the inside one, what I did was I went ahead and used all 4 mats, which I didn't do on the other one. But so when you close it, you're going to see this on the back part. and then you've got these on the front. So it's okay if you want to do it either way, it's fine. And then we've got our inside for the message. So now we're going to decorate. So what you have to remember is when you have it closed like this, it's going to, let's see, I'm going to do this as the front. So I'm going to do this part as the front. So you don't want to put your image on like this, because then when you stand it up, the image will be crooked. So you kind of have to figure out, like, where can I put that so that the image will be upright when I put the teepee together, okay? So what I did was I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 pieces of Velcro. Kind of bummed that I can't find my thinner stuff, so, but I'm going to go ahead and just put that like right here on the edge, and then I'm going to put this down on top of that, just like this. I'm going to push that down really good. I'm going to take off the sticky side, the paper, and then go ahead and put, did I do that right? I did that, oh my gosh, I did that wrong. It's okay, this comes off really easily. Anyway. Done. Okay, I think I said I was going to do, yep, I'm going to do that. So it's the opposite side, so it's this side that you want to put your Velcro on, just like that, and then fold this over, and then just push that down really good. I'm actually going to take my bone folder because I don't want the Velcro to come off now. Okay, so then your teepee is going to sit up like this, which is just, I think, really cool. And then I'm going to take that apart like that. And I know that if this is the way I'm closing it, this one over here is going to be the front part of my card. Now, if I do this and I close it, I want to show you something. So when I close it, if I do this, then it's going to look like that. Now, if you like that, you can do that, but I kind of don't want my image to do that. I want my image to kind of look like it's supposed to be going that way. Alright, so what I did with for the owl image on the other card was I just took some foam tape, and I'm just going to, I think on this one I'm just going to go down the middle. Okay, I'm going to cut some strips like this. I'm going to put that one there. I think I could probably get that one there. And one for the head. I pretty much try to use up all my little foam tapes, so I'm going to put this one right here. Alright, so that is all you need for the foam tape. That's going to go for the image. And then what I did on the other one, which I might do differently because I don't want my cards to be the same. Alright, so I'm going to open this up just like that. And on this one I went like this, but then you couldn't really see this, so I'm not sure. I think that's the only way I can do that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. And I have seen them where they're like down here like this, but I might have to cut one off if I do that. I could probably do that one, but if I put my image on, then it might, I'm just going to stick with what I did before. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each one of these. Okay. Just like that. And start down here, and then I'll make sure it's looking somewhat like it's hanging. Okay. There we go. Alright, so there's that, and then I went ahead and figured out, okay, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it like that. So I'm going to put a leaf up here. Like that. And then a leaf over here. Or I'm sorry, these aren't leaves, these are pine cones. And then wherever I'm going to have this, which is probably going to be right there. I think I'm going to do it up here. So I'll put a leaf down here. Okay, just like that. Take the backing off with the foam tape. This really is a simple card to make, and you can decorate it as much as you want or as little as you want. And just remember that the more stuff you put on, the larger the envelope's going to need to be. Now you can also, which I've done this in the past, you can make a box to put your card in if you want to do it that way too. So let's see. So I think I'm going to put that right there. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun. And I'm just going to put it like that. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on the front. So I'm going to, again, I need to make sure that it is straight on there. So just like that. So I'm going to put some glue here. Let's see, right across here. Just like that. And put my sentiment. Just like that, and then I'm going to open it. Lay it down flat, push that down. Okay, and that is it. That is all there is to making the card. It's super simple. Decorate however you want. I am going to take some Nuvo drops and put some drops on randomly down here on the banner, just like that. Okay, so that's all there is to making this card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you can hit that subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. And hit that bell icon to the right if you want to be notified when I do upload a new video. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys get a chance to make this Teepee card using whatever, you know, birthday, Father's Day, whatever. But I just think these are going to be awesome Father's Day cards, and I love the concept of the Teepee card and how it stands up and everything. So anyway, thanks again for joining me. I hope you guys are having a blessed week, and that everybody is staying safe And I will be posting some more videos shortly, probably this weekend, maybe next week. It's just been a little hectic around my house. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.